Good morning, good morning, good morning. I posted something yesterday that I had a really amazing conversation with my sister Letitia, and I did. It was a great conversation and it was enlightening for the both of us. That conversation came about because we were talking about the passing of George Michael. And I told her during that conversation, I've trained myself to find good in everything. And sometimes it can be hard, but there is. And I told her the good in his passing is this conversation because this is something that needed to be said, needs to get out. And this message is for anyone who has ever been hurt, betrayed, rejected, abandoned, or disappointed. We've all fallen into one of those categories, maybe more than one, at some point in our life. But here's the thing, all of those situations have created a fear pocket. And that fear pocket has us held captive, right? It has kept us from living. We just exist now, right? Because that fear has said, don't live, don't you do it again, don't try it again, just exist. Just go through day by day, really carefully, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard yourself. That's that fear pocket. But it's time to get out of that pocket right now. It's time to stop existing and actually start living. Don't be afraid to love again. Don't be afraid to try again. Don't be afraid to do it again. Because everyone's not the same. The person that hurt you before, they're gone. They're over. Every single person you meet after that is not that person. Don't be afraid to go and try for that promotion again. Maybe they turned you down before, but that doesn't mean that you're always gonna be turned down. See, we get into this thing where fear just locks us in, right? It's just like this grip, right? This chokehold on our life, and it stops us from actually living. And the next thing you know, you are just in this mundane routine of existing. And that is horrible. And we have to stop that. We have to get out of that. You know what? I've been divorced twice. I've been married twice. I've been divorced twice. And I had gotten to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm over it. Forget it. I'm just going to go through my life, take care of my kids, love on my grandkids, chase after my dreams. But at the end of the day, when I lay down and I'm by myself, that's when that loneliness hits in. And I'm like, what am I doing? Those two people that I married and it just didn't work out doesn't mean that I'm never, ever, ever going to be in a relationship that's going to work out. I also had to check myself and say, stop choosing the same people. Stop choosing the same category of people. You need to expand your mindset. But fear pushes us into this comfort zone where we keep doing the same thing because it's comfortable. I'm afraid to do anything different. No, sometimes you got to just step out so that that fear can be pushed back and eventually it'll disappear because you're doing too much. You can't let it hold you anymore because you've broken free. We've got to do that. It's the same with everything. You're afraid to start that business. Start it. Just start it. Guess what? If you start that business and it doesn't work, okay, you just learn what it takes to not do the business. And now you use that information to do it and do it better and make it successful. We got to stop with this fear thing. Some people are afraid to travel. So I don't want to travel by myself. Why? Why would you sit around and wait for someone else to say they'll travel with you and let life pass you by? Don't do that. I travel with myself all the time. If I want to take a trip, I jump up and I go. That's it. We've got to start living. Stop being afraid. That person who hurt you, that rejection that you got, that disappointment, that betrayal, that neglect, that abandonment, that stuff is in your past. And guess what? You're still here, which means you survived it. You are a victor, not a victim. So live like a victor, live in victory, and start living. Stop just existing.